Katy Perry wasn't always Katy Perry. Back before she was kissing girls and liking it or feeling like a teenage dream, that is to say, well, before Super Bowl halftime and American Idol stages, where even a remote possibility she was merely Katy Hudson, a girl with her guitar. Katy's first collection of songs isn't available anywhere to stream legally, destined to remain merely a footnote in the superstar biography, perhaps both out of legal necessity and by design. After all, it is easier to create the mystique of a global pop star if their earlier failed attempts on stardom aren't quite so accessible. Though we may not have access to the album as it marks 20 years of existence to inform us about Katy's artistry before hitting it big, we can turn to choose who knew her when for some insight. With that in mind, A News spoke exclusively with some of Katy's earliest collaborators about the girl that knew way back then, and what they had to say just might surprise you. Raised by Pentecostal pastor parents, Mary Christine and Maurice Kate Hudson, Katy spent her childhood immersed in the world of gospel music, as secular sounds weren't entirely welcome in the house. By 9, she was singing in her parents' ministry. At 13, she received her first guitar. 2 years later, during her first year of high school, she received her GID and began pursuing a music career of her own. One of the writers Katy was paired with was Tommy Collier, who CEO wrote and produced 2 of the album's 8 tracks. I met her and her mom in a meeting and listened to a little bit of stuff that she had been working on, he recalled. As Tommy described her, Katy was both motivated and a quick picker-upper, whom he taught a lot of her guitar skills, including a certain short voice that not many people play. Whenever I see her playing guitar and doing that, I know that I showed her how to do that, he said. What struck Tommy most about Katy was her mature voice that belied her 16 years. It was raw, kinda like Alanis Morissette at the time, 'cause she was listening to that kind of music a lot. He explained, adding, she could break her voice up a lot. She can go into falsetto and have a real gentle voice and then have like a real strong voice, which is kind of hard to do. According to Tommy, not everyone at the label shared his impression of Katy's talent. They just didn't get it, he admitted. I was like, dude, that girl is possibly going to be a big star. By the time Katy's album was released, Pumping Music and Red Hill Records, by extension, was in financial jeopardy, having already filed for bankruptcy. Dan jumped ship after only 10 months of employment. Tommy got out of his deal amid what he referred to as internal corp stuff. And so, Katy Hudson was released into the world with almost no marketing, no promotion, only selling hundreds of physical copies before the whole thing went kaput. Tommy recalled the moments shared with Katy after he had ran into her at the office, where he had returned to collect some of his belongings. She was sitting in a room playing acoustic guitar, and she was very frustrated and upset, he said. And I was talking to her about it, just telling her to hold her chin up. That's not the only label in America, and you are just getting started. And get started she did.